Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Now, I actually had to clean my room because my dad freaked out about something, don't know why. And my floor looks really strange on camera. Like, it looks a lot brighter, like a lot lighter than it should. I don't know why, maybe I have like a pasteurized theme going. But my collection is all the bright colors, so I don't know why. The floor is just so odd. Ugh. But anyways, the point of this video, I looked up myself. I looked up a list for the top 10 Lego Chima minifigures for Lego Legends of Chima. And I didn't get a single list. I got sets, but not a minifigure list. So that's an opportunity. I am going to bring you that list. I actually wrote down this list, so I know all my placements. Now, a fair warning, I actually do not have all the minifigures on this list. And I also have a few honorable mentions to ditch out, because they just by a razor's edge weren't able to make it onto the list. However, I do own 4 of them. 4 of them. And I plan to own another one really soon. Now, for the others, I'm just going to show you pictures. My rankings will be on how well the head molds are sculpted. That's going to count. The colors, of course. Because if, like, there are attractive colors like black or gold, that works. How do I say this? How iconic, I guess, I'll say that, the minifigures have come to be. That should also be taken into consideration. So, don't be surprised if we get one of Chima's main characters on this list. And one that just barely missed out on the list. I'm also ranking them on their prints. Because some of these minifigures have really good prints. In fact, their prints are some of the most detailed prints LEGO's ever seen. So, even if you don't like the design, you can't say they're bad detail-wise. So, let's go ahead and start with number 10. Number 10, probably the most generic-looking minifigure on this list, but we have Laval the Lion. I actually updated his armor piece so that it's more accurate to the show. And I gotta say, I like how the blue for his torso is showing up on camera. But the lion head mold is really good, like it's exactly what you'd expect for a lion. It looks just like the show, especially with this modified armor piece. And the good thing about me modifying that is that for this video, I don't have to take it off to show you the torso print, unlike I'll have to do with some other figures. And overall, the printing on him is pretty good. Let me pull off the outer head so I could show you the head prints underneath, which get covered up except for the eyes. So while Laval is mostly a generic minifigure, he's become really iconic. Because, like, I remember tons of kids wanting this minifigure. Especially back in, I believe, 2013. And they weren't able to get him because he came in all expensive sets. But lately, oh crap, what was it? Into the Outlands, there you go. He was released in a Legend Beast pack, so hopefully more people can get him online now, because Chima is no longer running, of course. But he's been added just because of how iconic his minifigure has become to be. Like, he's basically one of the staples of LEGO. Coming up at number 9, we have Longtooth, the only other lion to make it onto this list. Now, a trend that you're going to notice with, and of course I'm clicking the screen so it doesn't go black like it did when I tried to do it yesterday, when I tried to record this yesterday. One thing that you're going to notice about this list is I put a high value on variety between the minifigures. Like, when you get, like, unusual colors for, like, a tribe member, I love that. And Longtooth has an interesting color. It's like the dark tan that LEGO uses, but it's on a minifigure. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's actually the first time that has been used on an entire minifigure. In fact, I can't recall another figure with the dark tan arms. And also, I love the scarring on him. Like, he's got a scar just below his eye. And you can even see that a little bit on the inner head. Fortunately, these are pictures, so I can't show you all the prints. He's even got some scarring on his chest, which reminds me of that T-Rex right there. The Mattel Battle Damaged one, which I painted currently. Currently still working on that custom. But when you see my next Jurassic Park collection video, you'll see the finished product. And his leg printing is very similar to Laval, but of course, they had to update the color. Longtooth was added because he's an interesting color, I'll admit. Coming up at number 8, we have the Rhinoceros Rogon. Now, I've seen Just Too Good and his thoughts on Rogon. He says he's a really nice minifigure, and I can agree, because his printing is spot on. Exactly like he is in the show. And you can't even really see it on camera, but he's got the sort of like metal bandages on his front horn, just like he does in the show. And he is one of the only rhinos that we've gotten. Like, the only other rhino that we've gotten is Ryona. And of course, the retrends of him and Ryona. It's a shame that we didn't get any more rhinos. And the reason why Rogon appears on this list is because he is incredibly well sculpted. Because behind that horn, there's actually another horn. Like another smaller horn, just like you see on a rhinoceros. So he's incredibly well sculpted. And the detailing on his torso, absolutely 100% accurate to the show. Okay. Normally when my screen gets brighter like that, it means that it's going to black. Coming up at number 7, we have Mala the Mammoth. Now, just like Longtooth, Rogon, just like both of those two, I do not own this minifigure. However, I do plan on owning her really soon. Like, I need to get her as a minifigure because she is awesomely sculpted, especially in the head. You see she's got little chips taken out of her ears. And it's also great to get those transparent armor pieces. She also has a transparent leg. And I don't think she has a transparent arm, unfortunately. However, you will see that on another minifigure, which I actually do own. Not Sir Fangar, but another one. But she is incredibly well sculpted. Like, she kind of has a huge head, but that's okay, her having a big head, because how else are you going to get the trunk and the tusk detail in there? How else are you going to be able to do that? And the way the tusks are curved, it looks just like a mammoth. So, her having a big head is okay. And I think out of all the mammoths, she actually has the best coloring, because she's got that predominant dark gray coloring. And it looks just like a mammoth. And also, the printing underneath that is really accurate to the show. Coming up at number 6 is Rizzo the Raven. Now, I've always loved the Ravens just because of their personalities in the show, them being just useless sluts who want to sell stuff to you after they can at first steal it from you. I love their personalities. I also love how much metal they have on them. Like, underneath, I don't know if his armor bit is accurate to the show, because I actually haven't taken a look at his model fully, but I, for one, love the eye patch, because it looks like just a bunch of metal bars covering his eyes, and he also has like a thing nailed down that's attaching it to his head. That looks really cool, and it kind of looks like it's connected to his beak, and the transition just looks awesome. I also love the Raven head molds. They just look so cool, especially with that like spiky beak detail. And he's also got a peg leg, because in this case, a lot of the Raven tribe members tend to lose their limbs. And I like this guy. I believe he wasn't exclusive to a set, which could explain why he's so valuable on his own. But I do plan on owning him eventually, because I love this minifigure. He's probably my favorite of the Ravens, actually. Halfway through, and at number 5, we've got King Scorn from the Scorpion tribe. The only crawler to make it onto this list. And say what you want about him, I love his color. It's a black and a gold. It looks awesome, because while I usually like darker colors like black, dark purple, and red, I do have a major soft spot for gold. And when I saw him in the show, I'm just like, oh my god, he's so shiny. And so that is awesome. His printing is really good. Like, next to Scolder, he's got some of the best printing out of all of Chima. Out of all the Chima line. And tell me if this is just me, but does his armor not remind anyone else of something from ancient Egypt? There you go, that's how you put it. Because to me, that armor looks really Egyptian. I also love the sculpted head, because people have said that the scorpion heads remind them a lot of the Predator. Which I can see why, because you got the mandibles on the sides, then this whole set of teeth right here. You could easily recolor this and put some dreads on the back of it, and make it into a Predator head. The only thing that I gotta say I don't like about this figure is the tail, because you can actually see it here. They gave him a brown tail. Don't know why, because it doesn't match up with the body. And it also doesn't match up with the show. But everything else, completely show accurate and awesome. Alright, we're back to minifigures that I own, after a lot that I didn't own, with number 4 being King Crominus, the king of the crocodiles. And I gotta say, I love his head. It's so reflective, it's so shiny. He even has like gold teeth. Like, I don't know how well this is translating on camera. There you go, you can definitely see it. And again, I love the crocodile head sculpts. You can see he's got some like those eyebrows, which make him definitely look older. He doesn't have the most complex print, but the shiny head makes up for that. And a little note, mine actually didn't come with his original legs, because I bought this in a lot. See, his original legs had like whole bones in this piece right here. But other than that, this is very similar to what he had. Nice crocodile logo on the back. And let me pop that off. See, he even has like a little white beard detail. Turning him around. Just a very shiny, very reflective minifigure. Top 3, and at number 3 we have Cybris, the saber-toothed tiger. Now, she looks awesome, and I think she's one of the... oh wait, actually Mala. Okay, so only 3 female minifigures made onto the list. But I think she may be one of my favorites out of the female minifigures. Like, I think only one thing is going to top her, and I think that's my number 1. But you see, she has a translucent leg and a translucent arm. There's also this translucent armor piece. And she also has this color of hand, which I've heard Jangbrick say this. This color of hand wasn't that common until the Fire vs. Ice wave of Chima. So if you want that color of hand, buy up all these guys off of eBay, the hunters. Because I know Voom Voom doesn't have that. Mala doesn't have that. Mungus, obviously, because he's a big fig. And I think maybe Stealthor. And I think Straydor. Straydor actually might have it. But you can see the detail clearly on the back. I love how it looks bigger. The detail looks bigger up here due to the translucent armor piece. The printing on the legs is pretty good. I'm not counting show accuracy here because obviously she didn't appear in the show. The smile looks okay. She's got nice blue eyes, and I've never seen this on any other Chima minifigure. A little piece of hair that's actually coming down. That looks great. That's an awesome look for a saber-toothed tiger. As well as just a Chima character overall. Because once again, I've never seen that detail before. The printing on her torso isn't the most extravagant, but it works. But what really sells me is what's on the head. No back face, unfortunately, but whoa! That is awesome! That is an awesome face print. I honestly love the piece of hair even more on this face because it comes down right above her eye. You can't even really see it, but she does have lipstick on in this head. She has like tiger stripes on the sides. Just looks so cool. I may have cut out on accident there. Whoops. But yeah, she is easily like number 3 for me because she is an incredible minifig. Coming up next is, at number 2, is my favorite of the Crocs, and this is Krug. I like Krug. He honestly looks kind of cute, especially with that eye expression. He's got a nice silver jaw. His coloring is really different. And again, variety. Like, I believe he's the only Croc that has ever had this coloring, and he looks awesome. He's got a bit of scarring on his torso. He's got lots of scale detailing. He's got a nice belt, nice pants, some claws, nice green scaling on the head. And to remove this, and he's got an angry face. And you get some nice back detailing with a spine running down. And he's even got detailing like around the eyes, which you can't even see. Yeah, this is my favorite of the Crocs, and I gotta say, the Crocs were easily the best tribes, in my opinion. Alright, now I want to get out a few honorable mentions. Skulder just barely got edged out from being on this list. He was edged out by King Scorm, because I actually think King Scorm is the better looking of the Scorpions, with that Egyptian armor piece. Wilhurt, the wolf, got edged out, even though I love his black coloring, and he's got an awesome face print. And Krager also got edged out on this list, which I do own his figure. I do own his, because he is the most detailed of the Crocs. I may as well just bring him out. One, just look at all that detail. Look at it all. And I literally never noticed this in the show, but he's also blind in one eye. He's got a red scar going down. I never noticed that. It's like a key detail that I missed this whole time. I love it. And finally, number 1 is Windra the Wolf. Yep, this wolf made it onto the list and barely edged out Wilhurt, because she's a white wolf. That is really interesting, really different, and really cool. I like her torso print overall, because nope. It's got probably the most detail out of any of the torso prints I've seen. I love how they've got little tail ornaments right there, like on their belt. It looks really cool. She also has a cape, which I'm surprised that they actually gave her a cape. And she also has a pretty good head, with some pretty good face prints, I will admit. And she's got a little necklace on. she is an awesome minifigure, and I think she's the best. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she was exclusive to the what was it? Wars' Combat Lair set. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I think she was exclusive to that set, which might explain why, for one, she's so expensive. But she is also apparently not available in the United States. At least the whole figure isn't. Because, like, I'm having to buy mine from France. And that was actually telling me all that I had to pay for it. And it wasn't in some weird other language thing. So yeah, she's gonna take a while on shipping, but I will be getting her. Like, as soon as I get all that money that my dad's promising me, which he promised me a lot due to my report card, I will be getting her. So guys, that is gonna wrap up this list. Let me know what are your favorite Chima figures down in the comments below, and if you agree my list. Once again, hit the like button and the subscribe button if you're enjoying what you're seeing. Hit the bell so you can get notified of my next videos, and I will see you next time.